Hey there, this is Eleanor. I want to first of all thank all of you who have been absolutely amazing with your prayers and your generosity to help us care for all these new babies that we've had born in the last week or so. It has been really crazy that they all started getting. We knew they were close to being ready, but that they're all coming in with birthing. They've all had complications, and you folks have been amazingly loving to provide life-saving care for these babies and for these mamas. As I've told you before, in Uganda there isn't social medicine or public medicine, and if you don't have money, they will not care for even in an emergency situation. So you have literally saved lives with each of these children. At the moment, all of them are stable, but I need to tell you a little bit more about I think probably the most recent one that was in serious condition, and that was Livingston and Phoebe that gave birth this last week on Wednesday, and took the baby to the hospital. The baby, and so what happened? Just fill you in. Wednesday during the night was, I think it was actually Tuesday night, early morning Wednesday, Phoebe went into labor. Livingston was out driving. He has a motorcycle taxi. He was working, and she went into labor. There was nobody there to help much, except there's a woman who is kind of like a volunteer midwife, not a trained one, but she did the best she could. They literally only had a candle that they had trouble keeping lit because it was also raining. Livingston's house is just mud bricks, a dirt floor, and it's no electricity, obviously. And so the woman helped Phoebe deliver, and then Phoebe was bleeding quite a bit. So the baby got set to the side before it was cleaned up and wrapped and all, which led to it getting chilled and contributed some of the respiratory problems the baby is having. Also, the pseudo midwife lady didn't do a good job with the umbilical cord, which contributed to the infection that led to the blood poisoning. Phoebe also was bleeding and was not cleaned up well. Apparently, she didn't pass all her placenta very well. Anyway, it was a mess. So, the one of the other young men in the community, I guess, was checking on her and found this situation, called Musumba. Musumba said, get them to the hospital. All they had was the motorcycle taxi. So they wrap this baby up and take it in the rain to the hospital. And I'm not clear if Phoebe went at that time or if that was later. Still, but she ended up at the hospital also. So this baby goes into the doctor's care. Because of your generosity, we had money to get the baby on oxygen and get it examined. And then Phoebe ended up at the hospital too. So that has been the situation since Wednesday, and with the baby. And the pseudo midwives told them it was a baby girl, and so they've been operating on that assumption. You can guess where this is going. Livingston has mostly been at home caring for their other children. Phoebe doesn't have anybody staying with her at the hospital, which is unusual. Usually the hospital requires a caregiver who can stay with the person, but we don't have anybody. But Lydia from Bulanga, she is Kudoku's wife. She and Kudoku are the people that host the Bulanga congregation every Monday underneath the trees in front of their little house. Lydia has been going. It's about a half-hour ride into town to the clinic to take care of Phoebe and do what she can every day. And so I'm guessing the baby, when it was brought to Phoebe, was always wrapped up. And we're trying, hopefully, I think her milk is finally coming in. But anyway, yesterday, somebody somehow either told them or somebody unwrapped the baby and discovered they have a baby boy, not a baby girl. Now, one thing that's really makes this such a comedy of errors, Livingston learned of a couple who financed the outreach conference we did this past weekend. And he was so blessed that they were pouring into Uganda for that. He said, would they please name our baby? And so Kevin and Cammie Bear, our friends, prayed and came up with a name, Ileana Joy. Beautiful name for a baby girl. So yesterday, Monday, the 20th, was when Musumba called me and said, oh my goodness, Mom, I have to tell you this. He tells me this whole story. I asked the same question I know you asked. How on earth do you have a baby that is 5 days old that nobody knows what's between the little baby's legs? But anyway, it's comedy of errors. So I reached out to Kevin and Cammie last night with this news, and they're like, ask the same questions. But anyway, today, Livingston and Phoebe's little baby boy has been christened with a beautiful name, the name of Isaiah, which means God is salvation. And in Luganda and Lusoga, it's pronounced Isaiah. So this little boy, that is a boy, and now has a name, is christened Isaiah. Isaiah and Phoebe are doing better, but they are not out of the woods yet. And our other children, Natanya and Eleanor, both are needing to go back to the doctor for follow-up. So please, please keep praying for all of these babies. And if you want to help with their medical care, there's links in the below of how any way you can send money. Just put baby care in the memo line, and we know it's for caring for the medical needs of these children and their mothers. And in the meantime, please keep praying. Pray for these children. Pray for Uganda. The Lord is awakening people, and so much good is coming about. And we so appreciate those of you in the body of Messiah that have partnered with us and continue to partner with us with your prayers, with your gifts, with your love. So God bless, and now you can pray specifically for baby Isaiah. Have a blessed day.